Hello and welcome to my build live stream of the Deredeo Dreadnought. Hope you're all well. Hope you've had a lovely Saturday day. I said I'd be back. Almost wasn't going to do this stream, but I said I would. So I'm here for the next sort of 2-3 hours or so. Yeah, please do put in the comments below what you're working on in this live stream. For some reason my live stream isn't showing up. There it is. That's what I want. Hello Explore Norfolk, how are you doing? Good to see you here. I saw on the Discord that you've got some dinosaurs, I think, from Xerophon, which is cool. Hello Kriegsman, good evening. I'm here to save your Saturday evening and give you some company while you're working on your model, painting, I don't know, whatever you're up to. But I'm gonna build this Deredeo Dreadnought, or at least get as far as I can with it. I'm aware that the clocks change tomorrow, I think all automatically for me, so should be all right. But that being said, I'll be getting up at, well, pretty early, or it'll feel pretty early. So pose 1 or pose 2. We're just going to go for a straight up. We're not going to have him walking. The next one we'll have him walking about, even if it's one of the brand new Las Cannon ones or something, I don't know. So first things first, let's get the legs. So we need to sprue a 11, A10. I think it's this one. A8. Oh no, it's this one. Okay, we'll move that to one side. Hello Volcano, how you doing? You're building a great unclean one, nice one. Very cool. So A11 is one of the toes. It's actually on here. So you've got to do one of these twice. Yeah, interesting to see how these feet go together. Looks like you get the full foot on one sprue, but you know, one pose on one sprue, one pose on the other. So that's one, and then likewise be the same. Pretty sure I did a live stream of building that Deredeo. I'm sure I did somewhere. those. Okay, so not too bad for the feet so far. Let's do the tops of the legs, A1 and A2. Let's find those. There they are. Seems to be a bit of a project, this one. A1 and A2, followed by an A3, which isn't too far away. And then A6, A4, A4, 5 and 6. I think it's on the sprue. A4, 5. I mean, if you've built a Contemptor or a Leviathan, you know what you're sort of getting yourself into here with this kit. A4, 5 and 6, which is the plate that goes in between them both. Which for the life of me I can't find because it's on this. Looks like it's that piece there. Okay, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, so what I'll do is I'll clean up all these parts, glue them, and yeah, we'll carry on. Okay, cool. I hope you're all well tonight. I won't be live streaming tomorrow, just to give you a heads up. Yeah, I mean the Battle Force sets were announced a little while ago. What does everybody think about those? Will you be picking them up, or do they not appeal to you guys? You still haven't finished building your Age of Darkness box? Wow. You probably have more painted models than me though, so I wouldn't stress out too much. I mean, it depends when you received it, when you picked it up. I mean, if you picked it up, you know, last year when it was released back in June, then that's a long time. That really is. I mean, you know, that's a long time coming from the guy that hasn't built 1, 2, 3, 4 battle forces from like 2 or 3 years ago. So, but hey, you've probably been doing other things. You've probably been working hard, or probably family's got in the way, you know. You've just been doing other things rather than that set. And you've probably been doing the hobby, you know, other parts of the hobby, I would think. I mean, I would have thought that you kind of picked up that box set in June of last year and then you've done nothing with hobby for, like a year and a half or so. And the thing is, there's a few models in that set that are old. I don't even know if I built all the Terminators. I think I did. I can't really remember. I must have done for the review, but you took Monday and Tuesday off as holiday. Nice one. You found a Land Raider Crusader. Oh, that's always a bonus, isn't it? Yeah. When someone asked me about orcs that I'd not built or painted a single orc in October, despite me, you know, wanting to cover all of Tyranids for November, I found that kill rig that I, you know, the second kill rig that I got a replacement for, because the first one had some missing things or something. I can't remember. Yeah, so they sent me another one, which is always good. But that's a bit of a project, you see. I mean, that seems like a lot of fun to paint, but that is a project. I mean, this is the thing, like Space Marines, I think you can arguably get away with spraying them, you know, if there's a spray in your chosen army colour, putting a couple of bits of detail on the lenses and things and shading them and a bit of highlighting and you're done. Whereas like orcs, for instance, yeah, they require a fair bit more, I think. Eldar, maybe. Again, that depends on what your Eldar force is made up of. You know, it could just be like a Phoenix Lord and some Guardians or something. I don't know. Nice one. Did you get your burgers? Explore Norfolk? Are you tucking into them while you're tuning in to this Saturday night entertainment? This hobby hangout? I don't know what I'd call this. Clipping and filing ASMR, probably. I don't know. No, I talk, so it doesn't really work. Maybe I should just rename the live stream Fully Grown Man Cuts Small Bits of Plastic into Smaller Bits of Plastic. Basically just a plastic reduction show. I know, not even for October, I know. Good, yes, I'm looking forward to Titan month in December. Knights and Titans. I'll carry on with the old Warbringer over there for you all. And I very nearly finished the Castigator today. And it does mean, because I'm not going to pick up Fulgrim, it does mean I've got an extra £175. That's one way of looking at it. And so that means I can get the Acheron. But I'm not going to get the Acheron until like the end of the month or something. There's no need whatsoever for me to get any other hobby items for the channel, unless something else like pops up between now and Christmas. I'm not even 100% behind the Battle Forces, really. I mean, the Bone Reapers one would be nice, but I haven't even built the first Battle Force. And the Tyrannid one would be nice, but I've built a lot of Tyranids recently, you know. And for me, it's just more of the same. I mean, if I fully collected Tyranids, like if it was like my main army, I'd be all over that Battle Force. I really would. Like if that was my main army, that's it. I'd definitely get it. Shove them into a fryer, 15 minutes. You're building some rock trolls. Oh yeah, the rock trolls. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's what I saw. It wasn't the Seraphon. It was the was it the rock gut Troggoths that you picked up? Something like that. Nice. Yeah, I would like to pick up that new character for the Troggoths, but not while he's beyond that paywall of 6. I don't need another 6. I really don't. I'll wait till he's separate. Is the plastic Deredeo compatible with resin weapons? You can't get the resin weapons, so that's not a sort of valid kind of compatibility request. They've stopped selling the resin weapons. Can I swap those resin weapons on there with this plastic one? We won't be able to find out, unfortunately, because I've glued those. I haven't magnetized them. I only wanted to get one. So again, I can't fully answer the question of whether it's compatible. I mean, it would be nice if they continued to sell them. Again, like the Contemptor weapons, it would have just made sense to continue selling, you know, them as options, because then yeah, you could buy the plastic Deredeo and just buy the resin weapons instead of buying a new Deredeo. And the resin weapons do come with the actual kind of ammunition feeds as well, so they should be compatible. We'll find out. We've got a fair while to go before we get to the weapons though, Revan. But I'll kind of log that request in my short-term memory. Okay, you're going to get the guard one and give Commissar the troops. So basically, you're just going to get 2 Dawn tanks. At this point, isn't it just cheaper to buy 2 Dawn tanks with a 20% discount? How much are those tanks? Like 60 quid? Minus a discount? I mean, it's nice that you're giving someone the troops, but you bagged a box of them. Nice one, nice one. Oh yeah, I saw that you got the Forge World Giant. That's cool. You should tell me next time you're going to Forge World. You're pretty much on the way, so you know. how long did it take you to build the Goku light? Assembly was not required for the light. It came pre-built. I mean, I wish assembly was required, because you know what I'm like. I love building things. Would have given me a bit of something to do. Oh, go for it. You're now painting a Great Knight hero. Nice one. Thanks for sharing. I do like it when everyone sort of puts in the comments what they're working on, because I can just imagine you that now, like painting that hero. It's really cool. You know. More painting live streams on their way, don't you worry. We're into November in the next few days. So I've got the Dimacheron ready and waiting to start painting that. I think I've got some Gene Stealers around as well. But yeah, I'm going to try and paint as much as I possibly can of my Tyranids. Now that I've done the complete sort of reviewing things. Space Marines will always be on my back burner to paint though, you know. Because at a push I can spray them all black and put a bit of a detail on and they're done. Whereas the auxiliary armies, they're a bit different. You're painting a Cerastus Knight Lancer, a nice one. That sounds cool. Yep, I'm looking forward to giving you all the Knight Titan content in December. Well, I'll get the Acheron end of November, okay, ready for December, and I'll build it in one of the live streams, or in a few of the live streams, because I've got a fair bit of time off in December. So I'll go through a full build guide, and we'll be painting Titans and painting Knights and things throughout December. That's the goal. I mean, I could go all in. I thought about this. I could have gone all in with Emperor's Children. I could have picked up Fulgrim. I could have picked up a couple of the other characters, you know, and done nothing but sort of unboxings and reviews of Emperor's Children over the Christmas period. But nope. I want to work on some Titans and Knights, I think, rather than those. Right, that's that done. So let's put these together. That's quite straightforward. If Forge will release Resin Button, they won't release a Resin Button Force. They haven't done like the collection sort of sets for many, many years now. They've completely slowed down production. It's such a shame. Oh, these are quite nice, the way these go on. I don't know what they'd have in a collection if they were going to make a collection. And it'd probably be a few £100. These feet are quite nicely designed. I like these. Yeah, that's quite nice. Again, another thing, as well as Fulgrim, another thing I wanted to pick up was Alan Wake too. But it's digital only and it's 50 quid. I mean, yeah, I know I paid what I paid for Spider-Man for a physical. I paid a fair bit more than 50 quid for Spider-Man. And Alan Wake has got some very decent reviews, but I don't know. They've already announced DLC and things for it, so if it's anything like the original and also like Control, there'll be like a Ultimate Edition come out now. It's pretty much guaranteed. As cool as it would be to be playing it over Halloween, I'm not sure. I know that like most games nowadays are sort of digital anyway. You know, although they say physical, most of the content's not on the disc, is it? Nowadays, you know, you load up a game and you kind of have to wait a little while for it to actually install. Well, download the update, which is actually the content of the game. And it's a single player game as well, so you know, that would have been cool to get a physical copy, even if it was like £55, even if it was like £5 more, and then I would play it, complete it, and then lend it to a couple of mates, so that they didn't have to buy it. You know, because it's like I say it's a throwaway experience. It's single player. You know, even like the Spider-Man games, I played them and I enjoyed them and I platinumed them and spent a lot of hours on them. And you know, you get to a point where you do finish the game. Like God of War as well. You know. And it would be like that for Alan Wake. And she held on to the game, like Callisto Protocol as well, you know. Right, so I believe that goes on that way around. I think. Looks like it does. We'll go with it. Yep, cool. The way they connect this up is like that. But they put this thing inside. From memory, yeah, just goes in like that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's that. One other side of the leg's done. Let's clip the others off. We're going to go for the fancy torso armour, which I want to just clip off now while we're here. So mainly you get 2 sprues for the Deredeo. Well, there's 4, but you get 2 main sprues, and then you'll get a sprue for one weapon and a sprue for the other. Yeah, that looks pretty fancy. I like that. That's cool. So we need the other leg, A16 and 17, right here. Nice, and yeah, we've got that off. And then 21, 2019 on here. A bit of a nice change dealing with a smaller model. You know, coming from painting the Warbringer and building one of the Cerastus Knights back down to something a bit smaller. I wasn't able to build any of the Mark III Space Marines today because I was doing videos and building the Cerastus Knight a bit more. This one looks like it's got an extra piece, this A7. That's interesting, isn't it? A7. Which is there, like a blocker, isn't it? I think that's the blocker if you, you know, you keep that gap open if you chose the pose walking forward, so it gives it more room, I think. And then what they want you to do is, there's a blocker for this one too, A22, which is just here. I'm not sure which goes on which, but we'll figure it out. Let's get the hips out as well. 26 and 27. There it is. It's been a while since I built anything for Horus Heresy, well, other than obviously the Knights. But other than the Knights, it's been a while since I built anything kind of new. What was the last thing I built? Like the Vindicator? Well, I'm sure it was the Vindicator, not the Scorpius. There it is. Looking for this vent. And then you've got a different set of kind of groin armour plates. I want to go for this skull and laurel. We'll go for this fancy one. This is the clear one. So that's first spare part, I guess. I'll just read a few more of your notes, your comments. Yeah, well, you know, you said you went to Forge World, and yeah, you can go to Forge World, and there's usually a lot of things there that you they don't sell online, which is good. And a lot of things they sell in the store, they've never sold online, like separately and things. And even if they're not in the store, my best advice is just to talk to them. Like, go up to them and say, look, you know, I like this model, or I like that model. It's not on the website. I can't find it here. Could you check out the back, or, you know, whatever. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, they might go away and build it for you. Depends how early you get there. And, you know, you might have to wait until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but sometimes that's an option, which I think is really cool. I mean, I know it's chocolate, but I had a similar sort of experience with Ritter Sport. I went to their shop in Berlin, and you can kind of make you can like order your own chocolate bar. Like, you can just like pick all your ingredients, and it's not like built there in front of you. You can just pick all your ingredients, and then you come back after a while, and they've made you your own personalised chocolate bar. A bit different than like a resin mini, but you know, that's just giving you an example there. Another example. Let's read a few more of your comments. Hello, Moxatron. Do I fancy doing a joint live stream? I wouldn't know how to even set that up. I wouldn't know how to set that up, or how you would get on my YouTube channel. I don't know. You're trying to build Lionel Johnson. Are you talking about the 40k one? Did you finally receive him? It's good to hear. He's a nice mini. I do prefer him over Gilliman, but that's just my opinion. I prefer the Forge World one, obviously. It's just fantastic. But that's just because of the plate, you know, the armour plate. It looks impressive. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 40k one's nice, but yeah. Nice one. Custom chocolates. I guess so, but I mean, it's you know, it's not every day you're in Berlin, and it's not every day you're in a chocolate shop. I didn't even know that was a thing, that they can make chocolate on order. But that's quite cool. Is the Dreadnought from this kit the same as the resin one? When you mean, is it the same? No. I mean, I guess it's the same unit, but there will be differences. One of them is the price, another one is the build time, another one is the detail, another one is the weapons included. When you say the same, I think that you think that the kit is just a plastic version of what you get for resin. But what you get for resin, you don't get weapons with it. Like, you have to buy the weapon separate. So it is and it isn't. I'm not trying to make it complicated. It's just the resin kit doesn't come with weapons. So it's, yeah. And the resin kit is much quicker to build. I probably would have built the resin by now. It would be nice with a different pose. What are different pose? Oh yeah, you're talking about Lionel Johnson, aren't you? Yeah, it would be nice with a different pose. Yeah, a lot of head swaps, aren't there? A lot of different head options for that one. I mean, way more than Gilliman. Gilliman, it's just head on, head off. Yeah. What's my favourite chocolate bar? It's a really good question. Everyone knows I've got a sweet tooth. I prefer chocolate over crisps or anything savoury. Like in the shops, I will go and reach for chocolate. I rarely reach for any crisps. I'd rather have like nuts or something like that, or different carbs like rice or pasta, or you know. But yeah, no, I'd rather, or fruit, or berries or something like that. Rather than, I know berries aren't carbs, but you know what I mean. Like I'd rather get that than just sort of empty carbs, like just crisps and, well, Doritos, I guess. But yeah, chocolate is, yeah, my weak point, I'd say. But my favourite chocolate bar, oh, that's a good question. I can only have one chocolate bar. There's just too many. What would be my go-to? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I go through phases, really. Sometimes I go for like supermarket owned chocolate. You know, now and again I'll go for Cadbury's. I'll probably go more for Galaxy than Cadbury's. Snickers is a good call. I'd rather go for a Snickers than a Mars. Yorkie's a good call, but I've just been put off by normal chocolate bars because of the sizes. Let's not open up the discussion about Freddo bars, but you know, chocolate in the UK has become worse, and you get less of it. So even, yeah, it's the same for a lot of stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's always some kind of fiascos as well, like removing a chunk out of the Yorkie, or increasing the gaps between the Toblerone. I mean, I do like a Toblerone, but I can't have too much of Toblerones. Like one at a push, two triangles. Our favourite chocolate kind of tin or box then. For me, I mean, I know people like Heroes. Okay, fair enough. But hear me out. I think Quality Street are top tier for a number of reasons. One is each chocolate's individually wrapped. Two, it's Nestle. Three, there's so much variety in those chocolates, but you're kind of left with a tin of orange and strawberry chocolates, because you've got to be in the mood to have kind of chocolate with fruit fondant, I think. You know, because if you're just in the mood for like milk chocolate, then yeah, the orange and strawberry kind of chocolate just, yeah, might put you off a bit. But Celebrations is probably second in my book. Then it's Heroes. Then finally Roses. One, because it's Cadbury's, and two, because they're not individually wrapped like they used to be. Well, they are individually wrapped, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not wrapped in corresponding to what they are inside. Like Quality Street, for instance, you've got like the caramel drum or whatever it is. Or was that a Roses one? It's probably a Roses one, wasn't it? But Quality Street, you've got like the long toffee yellow wrapped finger type chocolate, and you know what that is just by looking at it. But Roses, they just seem to wrap them all in the same like little wrapper, but change the colour. That's it. anyway. So that. Just going on a tangent about sweets and things. Thanks Moxitron for opening that tin of, you know. That's all right, Yarrow. That's all right. You won't really be able to tell that much difference. It's a bit like the Cerastus Knights. Is that because you've got a choice between the resin and the plastic? I mean, the questions must originate from somewhere, or you've got a resin and you're thinking about getting a plastic. If you've got a resin and you think about plastic, the only reason to get a plastic one is you just want to boost up your numbers or something. But if you're looking at buying one for the first time and you've got a choice between resin or plastic, then yeah, I'd go for plastic. You know, because you're probably more used to plastic minis overall. You've probably got more plastic than resin, and yeah, as you know, it's a bit of an easier sort of material to work with, even though it will take you 4 or 5 times the amount of time to build it. Hershey cookies? No, we have proper chocolate in Europe. We don't have any of the horrible American chocolate. That isn't even chocolate. It's disgusting. Do you like Topic a Mars bar? I don't know whether we still have Topics. I think we do, but we do have Mars bars. Yeah, Twix, Milky Way. Yeah. Roses. Yeah, tin of roses. Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of roses anymore. I'm just not a fan of Cadbury's anymore. Like, you know, I'd rather reach. I mean, Lindt chocolate's nice, but it can get quite sickly after a while. But I'd rather go for Lindt or Milka or Galaxy rather than Cadbury's, which is odd because I used to really like Cadbury's, but then when the Americans took it over, they just, well, there was that whole fiasco with the cocoa, the oil, wasn't there? Was it cocoa butter? They started reducing it or something, obviously to increase profit margins because capitalism and all that lot, and to reduce costs. Yeah, and yeah, they just made it taste just not as good as it used to be, and it's such a shame. I find it a real shame when sort of bigger companies, you know, take over smaller ones, and you get an inferior product. It's awful. Right. I don't like Bounty bars. No. Just because I like celebrations, it's not an auto include for Bounty bars. No. My box of celebrations usually ends up with a lot of Bounty bars in it. But I've got friends that like Bounty, so you know, they're happy to receive them. But I'm not a big fan of Bounty. The Galaxy chocolates in there, and the Twixes and the Mars and the Snickers and the Milky, they all get they disappear straight away. The Maltesers as well. Yeah, I do like Maltesers. I don't know. I just like malt-based stuff. Whether it's Maltesers or Horlicks, if you've ever heard of Horlicks drinks. Or do they do like malt-based hot chocolate? I'm sure they do some kind of malt-based chocolate, milk chocolate that you mix up. Don't know. Me and malt stuff seem to get on quite well. Alright, so same story as we had before. I think. Nope, because we're going about it the wrong way. There we go. I think we can just put that on. Well, what I'll do is I'll tidy that up a little bit, because you can see this small line. Not a good one. Yeah, quite a few people in the live stream tonight. Hope you're all well. Thank you for joining. The quicker I build this, the quicker I can get a review out to you of it. I've still got a load of Space Marine reviews to come out all of next week. So I hope you enjoy them. Aha. So this is where the first piece sort of goes in somehow. Okay, well that's just completely gone nowhere. Sure we had another piece somewhere. Oh, here it is. Wonder whether this will go in. Quite a finicky piece. Yeah, they don't like these pieces, do they? I wonder if it'll go in that way. I think there should be a stage before you put them together, because this is almost impossible to attach these. There you go. I mean that will attach, but only because I've sort of dropped it in place. Obviously now I'm going to have to, well, yeah, take it out, dab a bit of glue on, only to kind of drop it in place again. Yeah, that works. And then I will need to just rescue the other piece. I can see it, so very careful where I'm putting my head in these live streams. Let's drop this piece in as well. Yeah, palm oil, you're right. Yeah, palm oil. It's awful. Willy Wonka. I have never had a Willy Wonka chocolate bar, Ed. I've never had that. Don't know if they're any good. Ritter. Oh, Ritter does have some good flavours. I do like Ritter. Oh. See, this is the problem with these pieces that you have to drop in. They tend to drop in places that you don't want them to drop. Oh, that's because you put it the wrong way around. Super. There you go. Right, that's in. Good. So that's that leg, and then this torso we can just put together. And this venting system thing. It's a nice kit so far. I am impressed. Right, so we've got the hips done, the legs done. Now it's time to sort of put the legs together. They want you to get the knee parts of the armour off, and what I'll do is I'll just take the head off too. Get that there, and I'll take these armour panels out just while I'm here. This there we go. So that can go there. That's the spare part. Well, it's food at the end of the day, isn't it, Vincent? You know, there's obviously people that like ham and pineapple pizza and people that don't. It's probably like that about chocolate. You know, there's probably a lot of people that like Cadbury's, and there's a lot of people that don't. So it's probably the same thing with Toblerone, to be fair, or Ritter even, Ritter Sport. Yeah, there's loads of processors and things. Yeah. Hi Stig, how many Dreadnoughts do you have now? I have more watches than Dreadnoughts, I think. Actually, I don't know. That's a good question. I probably have more Dreadnoughts than watches. I can't remember. Anyway, the answer is a lot. Actually, I'll retract that. The answer is not enough. You can never have enough Dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts as cool as, you know. You can never have enough Terminators, never have enough Land Raiders, never have enough Dreadnoughts. They are those three things. You can never have enough Titans, you can never have enough Knights, and you can never, it seems, have enough Northern Oil. You can never have enough watches. No, I was in the shop just earlier today and there were Wonka bars. Yeah. Maybe where you are they're discontinued, but I definitely saw some today. You can't miss them. They're kind of brightly coloured. Very expensive. I think they're like £2 a chocolate bar or something. I'm going to take the flamers off, even though I'm certainly not going to use them. Who uses flamers on this Dreadnought? Who? Do you use flamers on this Dreadnought? I mean, I guess it would look cool in like an animation, having an Anvilus Dreadnought firing full pelt at some kind of aircraft, and then just for the giggles, it just lets off a couple of bursts of flame. I don't know. Probably going to be some nerd that will reply to that and say, "Oh yes, but Super, what about if your Dreadnought gets assaulted?" In exactly that voice, by the way. Well, okay, that's fine, Timmy, but you know, I just would rather it look cool. I want a full, you know, long-range Dreadnought. Multi-melters would be cool. Hell, I'd be marching this Deredeo up the to the front lines if it had multi-melters on it. We're almost finished these two sprues. I'm shocked at how quick this has taken us. It was like 11 minutes. Oh, actually, no, an hour. Okay. Super lives in some kind of time capsule. No, don't. Yeah, don't label us all as hating ham and pineapple. I use that as an example of there are some people that dislike it and some people like it. I'm not fussed. I mean, I will have it, but it's not my first choice. But there are some people that just like donuts. Believe it or not, you've got like jam donuts, raspberry donuts, blueberry donuts, but we've also got custard donuts. And there are some people that just absolutely detest custard donuts. Again, not my first choice, but I'm not going to say no. Although I should say no, and I should just have a salad instead. Where's this cabling I'm missing? Well, we'll find that cabling later. I believe I can employ an entire army of dreadnoughts. I know that I've got all the dreadnoughts required for a chapter, and then I've obviously got all my Horus Heresy dreadnoughts. But as many dreadnoughts as I own, I still do not own a dreadnought drop pod. Not a single one. One of the reasons might be because they're about 70, 80 pounds, but the other reason is I'm holding on for dear life for a plastic one. And also I got a bit annoyed that Forge World sold all of theirs on their Horus Heresy weekender in 2019. That really ticked me off. So it's almost like a rebellion. I'm staging a strike. Right, we'll have this fancy head. You do get 2 head options. And we are going to glue this head option together straight away, because I know that there'll be a bit of a joining gap. I'm not sure this was the right glue to use for this head. I will be in the Discord after, guys, if anybody is about for a chat. We'll go for the fancy shield. We won't go for the Eye of Horus, and then we'll go for one of these plain knee armor plates. Do you have more dreads than lieutenants now? A stick, don't be silly. Everybody has more lieutenants than dreadnoughts. I think I have a whole chapter of lieutenants by now, because I bought every lieutenant twice. Right. Oh dear, here we go. Yep. I used heavy flamers for easy Overwatch. So you used heavy flamers on your Deredeo against charging units in 8th edition 40k. Well, I'm going to be that guy against that guy and say, can you use these in 10th? Can you though? How's that Overwatch rule working out for you? Can you use Contemptors in 10th? I don't know. I know that there was a lot of tantrums thrown about some of the Horus Heresy units being pulled from 10th edition. Most probably, as always, from people that don't even own that unit. That was a feeling anyway. All of a sudden I had lots of people coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, I can't use my Contemptor, my Deredeo even. You know what I would like? I'd love a Saestus Assault Ram. Wow. I hope they just pull that out of the bag and just be like, right guys, you know, we've got the Zone Mortalis, we've got these, well, we've got the new looking Terminators, okay, whatever. We've got the Gene Stealers, we can do a Space Hulk, here's a plastic Saestus Assault Ram. You know, the same one from Astartes. I'd be all over that. But I'm pretty sure people would moan and say, oh, we could have had a plastic Thunderhawk instead of a plastic Saestus. I'd love an Asaestus. Asaestus even. I would have rather had an Asaestus. I'm going to give myself a seizure. Than a Harvest Lifter. Lighter. Lifter? Lighter. That's another thing. Where are all these extra cool upgrade kits and things for the plastic Sentinel? We had that lovely looking plastic Sentinel, and Forge World just haven't stepped up. They've completely dropped the ball on creating resin extras for it, which would have been nice. Anyway, I'm really struggling to find A50. Oh, they're just there, aren't they? That's why. Going blind again. Okay. 51 goes on the right side. $31, and so this is the exhaust stack. So that's those. And then 33 is this funky piece. I'm in all kinds of uncharted territory here with these pieces. I don't know what I'm doing. But I know that this is the hip. And we're about to put a load of pieces on this hip. 34, 35, 34. 35, 239s. Oh, I can already say that. Oh, yeah, those mould lines are disgusting. Don't like them. They're in between every single rivet. That's a lot of work right there. Why do we need... Oh, we do need rivets. Yeah, we do need rivets for them because they're the actual shoulder joints. It's strange that the torso leads directly into the kind of shoulders. It's a bit odd. 38, this piece here. It almost goes legs, then shoulders. 38, I'm thinking goes into here. On the underside, maybe. What is this piece anyway? 15F. Turns into 15F. But it is the underside of it. Okay. Yeah, well, that works. And then you've got some heavy bolters and things. I don't know what 63 and 64 is. Alright. So it is the shoulder. Right, we've got a couple more pieces on that. I won't mess around with that too much because we've got a lot that we can be clearing up. But we're not that far from the weapons, guys. An hour in. So it'll probably take you a couple of hours, maybe 3. Quicker than Leviathan? Maybe. It's just there's a lot of parts for those weapons. We'll see, won't we? This is true. Armored Core 6, nice. I don't know. I don't think the Saestus was that bad. Explore, because it was a full resin kit. It wasn't like a hybrid kit. I'm not looking forward to my Fire Raptor and Storm Eagle. I'm not looking forward to them because they are hybrid kits. Oh, no worries, Yarrow. Yep, you take care. See you later. Have a great day. All right, so there's this piece. Oh, I can hear it raining. About time. Been waiting for that for a while. Said it would rain earlier, but anybody doing anything for Halloween? Just the usual. I don't really get into it myself. I'll probably get more into fireworks night and bonfires than Halloween. Although I do like scary stuff, or supposedly scary stuff. Might do a little live stream of Resident Evil, which is kind of the least scary out of all of them. It's more of an action game, isn't it? Well, I say that, but there is an enemy in the game that is, I think it's the scariest one. The regenerators. I think they're the scariest enemy. I mean, zombies, fine. Hunters, fine. Tyrant, fine. Mr. X, fine. But those regenerators, oh. I think it's a combination of the soundtrack that Capcom use, and then the sound that the creatures make, and then how they operate in the game. They're just, oh. But yeah, I'd like to do a live stream of Resident Evil 4. It is like in my top 5 video games of all time, so Okay, so that goes. So there's a shield part I need to put on there. I think I've played Resident Evil 4, completed it, more times than how many Dreadnoughts I have, I think. Would you do top 10 regretted purchases of 2023? When were the cultists out, the Chaos cultists? Were they at the start of the year? Because they were awful. The Dark Commune, I really didn't like that. Top 10 best purchases of the year. Sternguard. If we're talking about purchases in Warhammer, yeah, I'd be up for doing a video like that. That's a really, really good suggestion, Revan. Thank you. Another purchase I regret is the Lion. As much as I like the Lion, just the whole debacle of trying to get him, you know, and him being out of stock, and then him being out of stock a second time, and then it just. But yeah, that's a really good suggestion for a video. I need to remember that. I need to remember that. I'll have to go through all my videos. One of the top sets, Corn Berserkers. Definitely. Corn Berserkers, Sternguard, Terminators. Seraphon. I want to say Croxigors, but I don't know. Haven't really picked up hardly anything from Forge World this year. I'm holding off on that champion. I will get that champion, guys. Don't worry. Well, both of them, actually. The Traitor and the Royalist. I've got a few consoles lying around. It's surprising when you add it all up, though. You know, like a £26 single Space Marine here, one there. It does add up. And before you know it, you think, oh, you know, that could have bought, well, I guess another army or an airbrush, which I need, I guess. My airbrush would probably have black paint in it most of the time, though. Airbrushing so many Space Marines, right? You ever been Southend? There's two cultist video, one from 7th of August and 17th of February. Interesting. Oh, I'm talking like the Dark Commune. Oh, the new, I say new, the new Chaos Space Marine cultists. They're awful. They're really terrible. You only get 10, no options. That's a regret set. So is the Dark Commune. A couple of them look alright for the Dark Commune, but again, Chaos Space Marines, what Chaos Space Marines need is Dark Mechanicus. That's what they really, really need. You also need Dark Mechanicum in Horus Heresy. You can't, you know, you can't have half, if not more, of the forces. Was it more of the forces on Horus's side without Dark Mechanicum? Like, and the demon engines and things like that. Like, but you know, former is the new cultist and the latter is the Blackstone. So the former, when you say the former is in the 17th, yeah, 17th, that makes sense that they would be the new ones. Oh, hang on. When you say the former, it reads like the former is the 7th of August. Because that's the former in terms of the way you've written it. Is that correct, Revan? Written communication is just the worst, isn't it? Best communication, always in person, always. Body language. Most communication is body language. Oh, thank you, Evan. Good, thank you. How many Warhammer you have? How many Warhammer? Well, in terms of armies, not quite sure. There's a lot of armies that I buy just for the channel though, or that people support through the channel. So there's a lot of armies that I wouldn't normally collect. But at a push with Age of Sigmar, I'd probably say 20 something armies. In terms of models, thousands. I'd probably say, yeah, thousands. Everything from metal to plastic to resin. A lot. But it's not overnight, and it's certainly not over like 10 years even. I've been collecting for over 25 years. So if you're not 25 years old, then yeah, I would have been collecting longer than you've been alive. But there's some people that have been collecting longer than I've been alive. So, you know, some people have been collecting from day one. Was it 1975, was it? Right, I'm trying to put these cables on. Okay, so they just go on like so. We are coming up to halfway through the live stream, which would normally be about 3 hours. I'm going to stop at 3 hours regardless, because I've got things to do tomorrow. But I'm going to give it another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to have a little break, have a stretch. It's always very important, I think, to have a break and go have a little walk around if you've been sat in the same position. Yeah, let's do this. These hips. So they want you to put these armor plates on after you've done the shoulder mounts, but we're getting there. we are getting there. Yeah, that's not going to fit on yet without those extra parts. And actually it should go on that way around. Yeah, we're getting there. I love the detail on it compared to the resin. It's very nice. We'll compare it. We'll compare the detail, of course. There's the heavy flamers for that guy. The 17th is the repackaged Blackstone. So the 17th. Ah, okay, yeah. I don't know why I released it then. I think it's because someone said on the Cultist video from last year, was it August? Wow, time has flown by so quick. August last year. Wow, so much has happened. Yeah, someone mentioned in the comments about that Cultist kit that you just might as well just get the Blackstone Fortress kit, which is what I did. So, Sebastian, hello. Really cool Titan over there. Sebastian? What? The really cool Titan? It's very cool actually, you're right, Sebastian. Did you assemble and paint it, or is it like a regular figure that is assembled and painted already? No. You have to assemble it and paint it yourself, like every other miniature. Well, pretty much. It comes in hundreds of parts, and well, for that Titan, I prepared all the pieces, painted all the pieces, and then put it together. Whereas this one that I was working on the other day, on Thursday, that one, there's a lot of parts that aren't glued, but the kind of legs and torso are glued, and they were prepared, glued, sprayed, and now I'm, you know, painting it in a few of the live streams. So that's how I'm going about that one. Because it's, yeah, there's no need for me to do that for that one. But I hope that answers your question. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Cheers. Super needs a catalogue inventory list of all the minis he has. Ed, my friend, I've got a YouTube channel. Pretty much all of my miniatures are on the YouTube channel. Whenever I need to find like how much an item costs, or do a size comparison, you know what I mean? Like whenever I need to find out more about a certain miniature, even like its release date and things, I'll just type it into YouTube, and normally one of my vids pops up, which is quite handy. So yeah, I've kind of got my own like little database at the moment. 4,000 of them. 4,000 videos, well almost at 4,000 vids, which is pretty crazy. You can't imagine doing such a thing. You just assembled and painting just your second model. No way. Wow. Welcome to the hobby and the community and things, Sebastian. That's awesome. Let me put the Discord link on here, and then if you've got any questions and things about models or the hobby or whatever, you're welcome to put them here. Obviously it's all free and things, the Discord, so and also you can post pictures of your models and things, which we all do, so that's quite cool. But it's a nice resource. It does remind me to maybe create a channel within the Discord that has different categories to put links to all my videos in. I mean, even though I've got playlists, that would take a long time though. and it would need to be constantly maintained with every new video that I create. Like I'd have to manually go in and then move them around and just remember to check that. But yeah, it's a big project, and I wouldn't jump from your second model to a Titan. That's a big leap. I was in the hobby for I want to say a good 5 or 6 years before I got a Warhound Titan. And before that, the biggest model I worked on was a Baneblade, a resin Baneblade. So at least I had some experience of Forge World resin. And these Titans are not plastic. They're not like this plastic. They're resin, which is a different material, harder to work with, I keep getting told, but like many things, you know, you get used to it and you find ways of working with it more efficiently the more you practice with it. But yeah, it's a bit odd because normally I would suggest if you want some practice in Forge World resin to pick up either a Forge World Contemptor Dreadnought or a Sakaran, but now I can't say that anymore because Forge World don't make them anymore. Games Workshop just make them in plastic. So I'll have to have a rethink of what models in resin I would suggest people to pick up as practice of using resin. How about a Thunderhawk? Yeah, maybe everybody picks up a Thunderhawk. Helps Darren with his pension for designing such a lovely miniature. I mean, it must be quite a cool job, you know, to be designing and sculpting these incredible miniatures that are either from the lore or become part of the lore in one of the best science fiction settings ever. I mean, and then someone goes and designs Rumpelstiltskin. Anyway, I'll never shut up about Stiltskin. You like my stream format? Yeah, there's only so many hours you can listen to the title music of Mechanicus, isn't there? The reason why I don't play music is partly copyright issues, which I'm familiar with, very familiar with, thanks to the Twitter community, and also it gives you the freedom of doing other things while you listen to me talk. You know, you don't have to actually like watch what I'm doing. I'm just filing plastic or resin and building things. But it gives you the choice of putting on your own music. Whereas if I put music on, you kind of sort of, say, forced to listen to it. And it does break up the silences, but if you're familiar to the live streams, you know I just don't stop talking. Well, now and again I do. Right, that's the kind of shoulders done. Hips and the shoulders. So what we need is we need these two to connect to 15D. Which is this piece. So let's have a crack at sort of putting that on. You know what, I thought that would go on quite easily. You just got to get that sweet spot. There's a few overlapping parts here. Yeah, let's see if that does the trick. And then, so these will only go in one way. I think these are quite chilled out streams, really. You know, there's not too much me shouting or hyping things up, or, you know. Now, how do these kind of slot in? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I thought it just perched on. It's really bizarre the way this connects. It kind of perches on the end. It's really, it's an odd procedure, like in the Forge world, wherever they're making these. It's just very odd. And with these exhausts, kind of at an awk angle, I wanna call it. Anyway, this should now connect onto there like a glove, which I'm hoping it will. Let's see where this will connect onto though. So there's going to be a possible gap seam. So they'll connect on here, and here, and here, and then here is where the possible seam is. Okay. Yeah, there are seams here, which is a shame. Not an awful lot we can really do about it. other than maybe use a bit of Tamiya at this compression stage. See, this is what you don't get in resin. You won't get this join gap. Personally, I'd rather pay a bit more and not have any gaps. But that's just me, you know. Let's read a few more. Sebastian, you have a handful of gaming models such as Melania or Artorias. Oh yeah, yeah, I played all the Dark Souls games. Elden Ring. Yeah, of course. Absolutely love it. I have all the achievements on Dark Souls 1 and 2. I don't think I got all of them on 3 though. That's a big game. Yeah, with the Forge World models as well, you can also get away with building it and messing up. Because you can break things off, re-glue them, heat treat them. You can't really do that with plastic. Like, once these things are bonded, they're bonded. And you create such a mess. It's a time frame thing. Like, if I was to glue this, if I glued this model and then tried to take it apart piece by piece tomorrow, it would be very tricky without damaging the plastic parts. With resin, you can do that no problem. Oh yes, Ed, I'm not gonna shut up about the Rumpelstiltskin, even though Maxim said he's gonna buy it for me. Could I see myself getting into Old World next? Only if all the models they brought out were plastic, which I know that isn't the case already. There's a few models I like the look of. Pegasus looks nice. You know, I'm really looking forward to what they do with the dragons. The thing is, I think what they'll do is a mishmash, though, of new plastic, old school fine cast, and some Forge World models. And, you know, that will only really cater for, I say, the die-hard hobbyists and things, won't it? You know, the people that can deal with all those different materials. If they're trying to do a full relaunch, they should have it all in plastic. They should. People have been waiting so long for it. I don't think that's going to happen, though, do you? From what I've seen. Right, what we'll do is grab these heavy bolters off. So 57 and 56, 57. I honestly don't know what happened there. That's a bit strange, but it seemed to like to go on the floor. $62, so just 61, 62, yeah. That's that sprue done. Hey, and this sprue we've only got I think what looks to be two more pieces. Wow, this plastic piece is not designed to come near me. Bit of a knock there. Sorry, guys. 64. That's the second sprue done. Right, we're almost on the weapons after an hour and 50 minutes. Nearly 2 hours in. We're not going to do anything with the plasma. We're going to go straight for the autocannons. The Anvilis autocannon battery, which, yeah, looks to be... It's not only the autocannons, it's also the missile launcher as well, which doesn't look too bad. And then we're done. Then that is it. You put the head in last. Okay. I think I must have done that for the resin one. But yeah, there'll be some spare parts for the weapon. Oh, I said I was going to have a break after halfway through, which is, yeah, which we've gone past. So I need to go and have a little walk around and things. I just got so into the model, didn't I? There. I'll finish these weapon things for that, and then we'll put the legs together and put them on. Then we've just got the weapons to do. Yep. So right. Let me just read a few more. Afternoon fog. Good evening to us. How do you build the shoulders? Do the weapons look hot swappable? I don't really think so. Because maybe they are, you know. We'll see. You might be able to put magnets in each of them. I mean, usually the shield icon is options. So like you can either have that or that. And obviously you know what the no glue symbol is, means don't glue, because you can hot swap things. We'll see what the grip is like inside with both, I'll say with both of these. Well, with the autocannons at least. If it's a bit loose, I think you could actually get away with putting a little magnet there and a magnet in there. You don't really need a magnet for the ammunition feed at the back, the hopper, because I think that will just stay depending on how strong your magnet is. So I think it's possible, yeah. Right, I'm just going to get up, go for a little stroll, just for a couple of minutes, because I've been streaming for like over an hour and a half. But I will be back in a little bit. So thank you. I'll be right back. Sign spared no expense. Put the battery in as well. Okay, I'm back. Oh. Right. As I say, always good to get up, have a little wander every hour or so. Oh. No, I'm just reaching down at a sprue. Not even related to this box set. Like, it's not. This isn't from this box set, but I've just found a special weapon sprue. Just lying there. Got a few more. 1, 2. Oh, that's a vehicle one. I guess I must have made like some kind of unit at some point. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Right, so what I'll do, as I say, I'll clean up this. Put these on. Yeah, I really think that they should have kept this set in stock. And not remove it, because I think the other miniatures that are separate are still in stock, aren't they? And if you think about it, it's a good way for them to shift more Land Raiders. I don't know how many people bought the normal Land Raider. Was the Spartan more popular? Did people even buy any Land Raiders after they received their Spartan in the Age of Darkness box set? That's another question. Yeah. As much as I like the Land Raider in this set, as I said in the unboxing, I would have preferred a Rhino, 2 Rhinos, or, hey, a Rhino and a Predator. Or a Rhino, or 2 Rhinos and a Scorpius. You know. So you could have a special weapons squad moving about. You could have 2 10-man Mark IIIs in Rhinos. You could have a Scorpius, then you could have the Deredeo. So it's like a, you know, kind of long range mechanized thing going on. Very Iron Warriors themed. And I hear they like the Mark III, don't they? Iron Warriors. See a lot of Iron Warriors in Mark III. yeah, if you are new here, I sometimes do giveaways on the channel. I've done a few giveaways before. I would have liked to have kind of hit 50k, and I would have given away a box. I don't know what or even if I'm gonna do anything for 50k. It's a bit of a milestone for me personally, but we might have to wait a little while for that. I'd like to give away something for 50. Definitely giving away a Warlord Titan at 100k easily. That would be really, really good. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to give away Warlord Titan in one of these live streams. Right, so that's that. Oh yeah, definitely. Cool, your fashioned. Yeah. Rhinos, Predators, Land Raiders. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that was. Not. I don't know why that was up for review. YouTube just don't like profanity. Oh, the profanity. Titanicus scale at 50k. That's a good suggestion. Yeah, that is a good suggestion. It's a really nice kit as well, isn't it? I've built that and yeah, started painting it I think in one of the streams. Yeah, that would be a good good thing to do. I don't want to bait anyone though, Brett. Like I don't want to put on the thumbnail, oh, Warlord Titan giveaway, and then people click on the video and then it's like a Titanic at scale. If I'm going to do that, I need to make it very, very clear. Because I don't want to bait anyone or raise anybody's expectations that I'd give away a Warlord Titan at 50. But it's a good suggestion because I think plastic is the way forward. Rather than giving away like a Thunderhawk or something. I think that kit, as fun as it is, you know, sending a resin Thunderhawk like that to little Timmy somewhere is just, put it this way, I wouldn't be too disheartened if someone that received a Titanicus Warlord like messed it up or didn't do a very good job or whatever. Whereas a Thunderhawk, yeah, I would get aggrieved. I would lose sleep if they just completely rushed it, or they didn't clean it properly, or they just didn't take enough time and made a pig's ear of it. Yeah, good point, Brett. Good point. Yeah. No, I couldn't give away that fog, no. There's no way. Maybe if I hit 50k like a year, couple of years ago even, like during lockdown, maybe, but no, there's no way I'd do that. And again, there's, you know, members of the channel, and I don't want members to sort of have the thought that membership is going towards giving away free models. Like, no, it should be going towards models for the channel, and it should be going towards the content. You know, and the appreciation of the content and the reliability and the yeah, the discipline that I'm here every single day, you know, with new content. I mean, look, today is a good example. I spent a long time this morning doing that pre-order video. Looking back on it, it was about 45 minutes of me talking, and then obviously I had to watch that, edit it, shrink it down, export it, upload it, check on it, do all those things. It takes a while. I enjoy it, and I think that's the main point, is keep doing things you enjoy. When it becomes a chore, then yeah, to either tweak it or stop doing it, really. But then after that, obviously this Astartes battle group unboxing, that was a 20 odd minute video, so that's another hour, and then the 3 hours tonight, so it's quite an investment to keep this stuff flowing, put it that way. But again, like I say, I enjoy it, so if it can help just one person a day, then yeah, that's fantastic. And if it means that I can continue memeing Rumpelstiltskin, then yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's a shame Maxim isn't here, because yeah, he would have found those jokes a bit funny. But instead, I have my good companion with me this evening, my bae, my Troggoth hag. Just in the mood for some ice buns now. You know, the ice buns with the little currants on the tops. But yeah, lovely mini. Would it go well with Old World? Probably, I think. Probably. A Titan Maniple challenge, that would be cool. Yeah, I'd be up for that. That sounds awesome. Yeah, there will be some painting of and building of Titanicus over December. I've got kind of 3 areas I want to focus on. Well, 4 really. So one is building the Acheron and painting it during December. Another project, so that's kind of two things, that one. A build sort of live stream and journey, and a paint live stream and journey. Another thing is Adeptus Titanicus, building and painting those. I've still got the Psi Warlord Titan, you know, the Psi Titan to build and paint, so that will be a thing during December. And then this Warbringer, and I want to do a weapon or 2 for the Warlord, so yeah, there's a few things really that happen in December, which is awesome. Now they've left magnets, well, magnet holes here, cutouts, which is really decent of them, so you can magnetize these weapons. Luckily, it's a tight fit, so you don't really need to use magnets if you don't want to, and you want to continue experiencing that tight fit. So you can just like squeeze them in and have done with it, with no fear of them falling out. You know, and really, let's face it, the magnet holes there and magnetising these chest weapons are only for that one guy who likes Overwatch. Ouch. They really are a tight fit. I need to file them down a bit though before it's ready. One thing I can do though is put this glue this cowling on. But what I'll do is I'll use this glue because I don't really trust myself that I'll put I won't put too much on. That's fine. Just reinforce that there. And right, so what I'll do next is okay. 3. How does that even? Okay, this is a bit odd. So there's a plug and socket, but when you put the plug in the socket, you can still, well, when you rotate it, I guess the plug comes out of that socket. It's up to you, but I would probably cut that nubbin off. Did they tell you to do that though? No, they don't. Wow. So essentially, they want you to just have that in one position. I guess it's for the ammunition hopper. We'll leave them off for the time being. We'll play it safe. But I think it's time to do the legs. I am going to leave the stream at 10 and then go on the Discord for a little bit. So it's sort of like a 40-minute heads up. I'm going to glue this in, but you don't have to. clean up this gap. I don't know whether this looks less of a boat than the other one. I think it does look less of a boat. Okay, right. That's that sort of done. Right, let's get onto these legs and hips and whatnots. Right, so we need to clean up the feet. I knew I was waiting for these to marinate. Again, that's another thing, you'll get gaps and join lines with these feet compared to the resin. So that's the head, the chest plate, and these feet. Well, can only make them this way, I suppose. I'm sure they made the parts in as kind of, you know what I mean, like as fully as they could, rather than split the parts into halves and yeah. Oh, no worries, go for it. Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks for joining. See you next time. What's your plan for Christmas, New Year? I'm working. I don't know. I'm not working Christmas Day, or I don't think I'm working Christmas Eve. I don't think. for all of December, pretty much. I'm working. New Year. No, like to chill. I would like to get the Lego Titanic. Not a massive fan of the Titanic. I don't have any connections with it, or, you know, not a massive fan of the film or anything, or I just think it's a really nice Lego kit. Again, I'm not massive fan of like ships or boats, or I'd rather have some kind of like Templar ship, or you know, 1400 ship or something like that than a Titanic. I mean, I'd rather just have a Lego tank. Surely they've made Lego tanks before. A Lego Technic tank would be awesome, with like a turret that moved and the tracks that... I mean, they've done the track thing, haven't they, with other Technic sets. Yeah, I'd rather have like a Lego tank than the Titanic. But I think it'd be a nice build. If we can get around to streaming it. I mean, the thing is, I can imagine myself building it, and with a couple of mince pies and a cup of tea or something. I can already imagine that, so, you know. Let's hope I can make that possible, guys. Seeing as I won't be picking up the Battle Forces. As I say, I think my favourite is the Tyranid one, but I've just built a load of Tyranids. Yeah, Lego Titanic this year, yeah, I think so. That's the plan. Yeah, that's next year though, Kriegsman. It's not out until February. It does look nice though. It's a bit pricey, but I think the reason why it's so much is because of the minifigs. You get so many minifigs with that June model. But I'll definitely pick it up. I'm just thinking what other model they could do. Like, could they do a worm, sandworm? Like, I don't know. I don't know whether they could do a Lego sandworm, but it certainly opens up the possibility, doesn't it? You know, what other vehicles could they do? Is it a one-off? Oh, harvester. Yeah, they could do a harvester. I would like them to do a kind of like a diorama thing, like a cityscape, like they sometimes do, of is it, what's it called? Harakim, I want to call it. What's the city called? Like a, not a minifig scale, but a minifig? What's it called? I can't remember what they're called. Microfig scale. architecture. Arakeen, yeah. Why was they calling it Arakeen? Yeah. When are we getting Lego Space Marines? That's what I want to know. I want my Lego Emperor minifig. Yeah, I guess so. I think I watched the film twice this year as well. I really enjoy it. It's very good. It's definitely in my top 10 films. It's very good. Like when I read the book and things, obviously there's little bits missing, and I wish the film to be longer, but at the end of the day, it's a film, like, and it's already in a number of parts. But it's just that world. That world is really, really cool, and it's nice to be a kind of observer, if you know what I mean. Observer in the journey. You know, when you compare it to Star Wars, like especially the new films, the new Star Wars films, it's almost like it goes from, you know, some explosions and some action to the next bit and the next bit, and whereas Dune is like obviously extremely well written. Such good pacing as well. Oh yeah. As many films as possible, please. Such a fantastic sci-fi universe to be in. You know, before Warhammer, before Star Wars, that was it, wasn't it? You know, it's incredible. Yeah, it's just action and special effects after another, isn't it? It's like comparing the Star Trek films, the new Star Trek films, with like Next Generation or Voyager or even Deep Space Nine. It's kind of that sort of. That's what it's become, hasn't it? Do you not think? Lots of like action and lots of, you know, bright lights, and it's kind of like to cater for keeping your attention, you know. Okay. We can glue these together. As I say, we're going to have one knee pad with the shield, preferably the right one, I think. We've got everything in place. This is the tricky bit though, really. What I'll two options for this, either there or there. Huh. Clearly we'll have it that way, I think. You do miss the camp of the Lynch film. Then I like the old film too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the old film is bad by any means. I think it's still good, and I think it's still, yeah, some special effects. Yeah, they're a bit, yeah, sort of basic, but it's still fine. It's still fine. And you're right. Like I love the real effects in the old film, and like you say, the campness and the costumes, and yeah, but definitely the new film is just on another level of like epic scale, and yeah, it has the special effects and things, but I think they've done really really well. Um, Sorry, we're going for a really, really basic pose here. Hello, Lynx. How are you doing? Good to see you again. I hope you'd be back. Right, we're going to put this old little knee pad on. I assume it goes on that knee, not the other one, otherwise I'm scuppered. Got to be a bit careful with these knee pads, because they do go in, if you know what I mean. Like, they do slot in. There's an area for them to slot in. Likewise though, they should really I'm not sure why you're not gluing on. Unless I've completely bodged that up and that's meant to be on the other side. But it can't be. Surely not. Let's just have a little try. Feels better on the other side. Are there any images of it? Well, they have put the Eye of Horus on the other side, so I wonder. I think they can go on either, but when you look at that one, well, Well, they do seem to fit better that way around than the other way around. Hang on. Look at the gap there. The gap on the inner. There's still a gap there. We're going to have it on the left leg. It's fine. We'll prepare this base though. R526. Why do you have 2 glues? I'm just looking at what you're looking at. If you're looking at what I'm looking at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see 5 glues in the same thing that you're seeing. I don't know where you're getting 2 from, but there's 5 in the image. Why do I have them? Because they all do different things. This one is thicker and it's mainly for vehicles, but you can use it for some infantry models. That one is really thick. I'd say mainly for flat pieces. This one says extra thin. Maybe I need to zoom in. Yeah, you can probably read it now. Extra thin. So that's extra thin for the gaps. This one is Games Workshop glue, which is a little bit thinner than the Rebel. But I would say it's the most kind of forgiving, you know, out of the glues. You missed the old Battle Force breakdown video. No, I'm gonna do what? I mean, you can miss the old. You can miss something that's been before. You can miss the Battle Force breakdown video that happened last year. Or did it happen last year? I can't remember. But I said today in the video that I will be doing one this year. Even though I'm not picking any up, I'll still do a breakdown video. Just because Kiriath's done one doesn't necessarily automatically mean that I'm going to do one, or that I'm going to do one in the same time frame as him. He doesn't know how much they cost. I don't know how much they cost. I mean, I know how much each one, the amount of models in each one is, but that's irrelevant if you don't know how much the sets are. Which we will only find out, well, if they're announced tomorrow. They might not be. But once they're announced, on the next day after they're announced, there's the price listing, and then we find out how much they are. Anything other than the price listing is just price speculation. But yeah, no, I'm going to do one. I'll do one for 40k and one for Age of Sigmar and one for Horus Heresy. Alas, my dreams of having a Horus Heresy Battle Force have been scuppered once again for the 2nd year in a row. Maybe when so many people stop buying the Contemptor Dreadnoughts, Games Workshop will have to be making a Battle Force, and it'll probably just have Dreadnoughts in it. We can dream, right? We can dream. Your Loctite gel glue, I certainly wouldn't use that for plastic. I don't know what kind of planet you're on using Loctite for plastic. That's illegal in this galaxy. What new models do you think will come with the Dark Angels Codex release? Well, if they are going to release a codex, which I think they did mention something about that, didn't they? About chapter codexes. I'm sure someone said in one of the other comments. Models, clearly some kind of bigger Deathwing Terminators. I'd like to see a Dark Angel specific Redemptor, either with the plasma or some kind of awesome melee weapons. Some kind of Cenobian Knights type Primaris. I want them to go full on with it. So I want my Raven Wing, I want my Deathwing, I want some other little unit specific things. I want Corswain to come back. No, I want some characters, couple characters. I want Lieutenant because it's been too long. Just gonna leave it there. It's just been too long. What else? Yeah, that about covers it. Some kind of new unit, hero model type of knight type thing, like a obviously a infantry, but some kind of champion type Dark Angels champion, some kind of a whole new unit type squad of the Dark Angels in black armor. So like the Lions Fallen. If you read the books and things, you sort of understand. I want a lion model to go with the lion. Is that too much to ask? You're a bit surprised about the Imperial Guard battle box they're doing. Why? Does it come with all the parts for the tanks, or? Yeah, new Deathwing. Well, yeah, that's right. Even bigger Centurions. What we put Primaris Space Marines in Centurion armor. Yes. Oh, how big would they be? They'd be as big as Contemptor, wouldn't they? They'd be massive. Yeah, jet bites would be good. Dark Angel stat. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Do you think the Deredeo will be released in 40k? Again, this is why I believe I'm living in a time capsule. The Deredeo's been around for 40k for years and years and years. It's only this edition they're taking it out, and because the rules are all digital, they could change that overnight. But they refuse to, which is annoying. Oh yeah, that would be amazing, Revan, if they did that. The Hexagrammaton. That would be oh. So, some relics, some esoteric weapons that they've just kept secret and hidden since the heresy. Yes, please. I'm all up for that. You know, they were always given the best weapons and war gear and things as they were the first Legion. You know, that would be cool. Lehman Ross needs to come back. No, Sanguinius needs to come back. Come on. I want Sanguinius to come back. Or Rogel Dawn to come back. Missing an arm. Or a hand. Or both. It's my little Deredeo. I'm going to call this Deredeo. What do they call it? Cool Wave? Is there Cool Wave and Heat Wave? That's Heat Wave. This is Cool Wave. That's Sound Wave. So cute, aren't they? Right, weapons. We haven't really got long left though, guys. Well, we've got about 17 minutes or so, 15 minutes. We'll try and get as far as we can with the weapons. I'll tell you what I'll do. As a bonus, I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow night, and I'll live stream the rest of it. How about that? It'll probably be a similar kind of time. But I want to finish this Deredeo this weekend. I'll be very tired, but I am enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying your hobby time too. If I can find this this damned piece. What's it called? A bee? Bumblebee? B11? Don't fail me, eyesight. Probably been staring at it for about 5 minutes. Right, 10, 12. It's a really small piece. That's 34. It's a tiny, tiny piece. You're kidding me if it's on this sprue. Oh. It's about to have an aneurysm. Right. There it is. Oh, don't lose that. Okay. B12. Honestly, sometimes these sprues, if you've ever had a book called Where's Wally, except for these pieces aren't wearing a red and white striped woolly hat. Guess this sprue. Where is it? Looks like these. Ah, there they are. The one thing I will say about these autocannons is the mod lines are going to be easy to work with. Not that I had to work with them on that one. B3. Okay. That's a good story, Pierce. I like that. Building minis while you're drunk. Wow. Are you kind of like playing on hard mode or something? That's fantastic. That sounds quite fun. You wake up after being drunk and then like all your minis are built or painted or both. And you're like, how did that happen? Well, I was drunk and I just, you know, built them all before I passed out. B3. E7. Looks like it's some kind of lens. There it is. Wow, there's lots of parts to these weapons. I'd say this is the majority of the kit, these two sprues. I do like these ammunition feeds though, they're quite nice. There's a lot of them though. 15 and 16. A lot of these. Wow. Have you got a 20 sprue for me anywhere? 20 part? Come on. I know you've got a 20 part somewhere for me. If I look at the sprue long enough, there it is. Wow. That's a world record. It's mainly ammunition, isn't it? Look how many pieces of ammunition there are. What, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 so far. $12 with these two bits. That's a lot. And then you're joining them all up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 12. Wow. And then you just rinse and repeat for the other side. So this is the left side. Yeah. We could. I've got 9 minutes. I don't know whether we've got enough time to build one. We'll have a crack at it. We've got missile launcher too. I'll get the parts off the missile launcher. Yeah, no worries. Pierce, no worries. Have a good one. Right, so I'm going to pop off in about 8 minutes or so. But I hope you've had a good stream. And go on to Discord for a little bit. Just for a little bit though. Right, okay, well that makes sense then. So there are parts of the missile system on both sprues. Okay, you need to remember that. It's quite a good thing to remember. And it does flip you back and forward between this and the other one. 66 and 68. The rest of the kit was alright up until this. Up until this Where's Wally build process. Oh, my favourite part. 69. There's my favourite piece. 71 and 70. And 71. It's like a smaller piece. There it is. If I got another one, I'm not quite sure whether I would build it with plasma. I probably would, you know. Just to compare it. That's the word I was looking for. 72, 73. So is that... Okay, so this is a brand new side then. 72, 73. What I'm really excited about is the Volkite and the plasma when they come along. I'd probably get 3 of those, 2 las cannon and 1 Volkite, because the Arachnus las cannon is pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong, the plasma cannonade is nice, okay? It's, I'd say, the second best weapon loadout, but the plasma destructor or whatever it is on the Predator is OP. It's way better than that. It's incredible. So I'd rather just get more Predators. Right, so the targeting array is B77. With a B76. And a B78. That looked like BB8 then, but it's not. It's a B80. Oh, and there's a 79. So B80, B81 and B82. They are all the pieces. What I'll probably do off camera is just clip off the other autocannon and get that ready. And I'll clip all the parts for the plasma, of which there's a lot, you can see. Not as many as the autocannon, so if time is of the essence and you want to get this built very quick, then go for the plasma. In another video, so obviously I'll try and get on a live stream tomorrow night and complete this, and yeah, you'll have to kind of wait until then, unless you see somebody else's video, where you can, if you can hot swap these weapons out. I think you can. It's my initial impression, but I won't find out for sure until tomorrow night. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. So I hope you've had a good stream, a good hobby session this evening. You building the Orc Commandos the other day, and not, yeah, that's another kit where you have to play Where's Wally. But yeah, thank you for joining. You know, and really do appreciate it. Appreciate your company, and you know, hope you appreciate mine. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I'll try and get on a live stream tomorrow and finish this Deredeo Dreadnought, but it's been very fun this evening. And yeah, if you guys want to see me do a live stream of a Mark III Space Marines, I'm up for
trying to squeeze those in as well. But hope you enjoy all the content this upcoming week, and there's some really good reviews. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon in another one. You take care, have a great week, and thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.